You gotta make yourself big. Okay, this is bonus content with Ashley Unfiltered. This is my boyfriend, whom
Hello.
we call Gigi. His name is John Carlo, but he tells people it's John Carlos. He's not John Carlos, it's John
I
Carlo,
am
which
Hispanic.
is Italian. Okay, I have to
I
get that
speak
right.
Spanish though.
So to y'all, this is Gigi. Okay? Anyways, this is bonus content, bonus interview. No idea what we're gonna get, so let's get into this interview.
Mhm. Well, I am Panamanian. I'm gonna address that real quick because I speak Spanish and Patois, and so I add an S because Carlos just made sense to me because I'm not Italian. So, what is it like to be dating somebody who changes his name like that?
It's horrible. I feel like if it's your name, you better tell people how to pronounce your name and you say it. You know, Kylo's name is Kylo and they tried saying Kilo. I said Kylo.
Mhm.
I No, that's the name you were given. You're gonna pronounce it right. We're gonna pronounce it right. And I hate how he doesn't correct people, but if it makes him happy, then whatever.
So, how do you feel about like other linguistic changes that we use culturally? So, like for example, like I won't say appreciate. I'll say appreciate love. How do you feel about things like that?
I feel like that's okay. I feel like that's just kind of like almost like slang. So, you go different places in the United States, you go down south, you go up north, you go east coast, west coast. Everybody kind of says things differently. So, to me, it just makes sense. Even though you're Panamanian, it's just another form of like slang or how you talk. So, it doesn't, yeah, I mean, it just seems kind of normal. It's
Mm.
different, but it's not like.
So can my nickname just be John Carlos?
No, your nickname is Gigi. I'm not calling you John Carlos. That's not your name. You'll never
Mm.
catch me dead calling him John Carlos.
Right, right,
Even
right.
though on
So
Facebook it's John Carlos. That's crazy.
and every other platform.
You're gonna make me mad. You're going to make me mad about it.
And any documents I sign.
You sign your name as John
That's
Carlos?
my signature as an
That
S on
is
it.
illegal. You're committing
My signature.
forgery.
My signature as an S on it.
And that's forgery, guys. Okay, hold on. Maybe we should cut the interview because somebody's gonna go to freaking prison.
Emperor Selassie.
Oh gosh.
What are your views on religion?
Oh
Any
great.
and all views?
I think religion is a social construct. I don't believe necessarily, I don't like the word religion. I prefer spiritual. Religion to me kind of puts you in a box of things, and I don't like to be
Mm.
put in a box.
So you separate the institution from the spirituality.
Yeah, to me, it's more about the relationship. And it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Catholic, whatever you are. It's more about the relationship you have with your God or whatever you believe in. It's about the relationship, not the religion, like, going to church necessarily or this and that. I think
Mm.
church is for guidance and community. I don't think that when I think of religion, I think um, very boxed in. I like spiritual more, and I'm more on the relationship. I grew up very Christian, and I grew up in church, but I've still always thought about it's about the relationship you have.
Mm. So you mentioned the relation, so more so like the relationship that you have with whatever belief system that you have for yourself.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. So how do you? What are some ways that you practice and enforce that relationship with your belief system? How do you practice your spirituality?
Oh, I haven't been. I have not been. I've been on kind of my own journey religiously, spiritually. So I've been getting really big into manifestation. I believe that manifestation and me and prayer to me are almost about the same thing, because when you're praying for something, you're believing. When you manifest, you're aligning yourself so strongly with what you want. Also, affirmations like "I am enough." It sounds silly, but your brain can't tell the difference between anything you tell it. If you tell yourself you're stupid every day, your brain's gonna believe it. If you tell yourself that you are enough every day, your brain's gonna believe it. So you can rewire your brain like that. So manifestations, affirmations, I do pray. Not as much as I probably should, but and we have been trying to find a church, which is kind of hard. I feel like to find a church that really fits you, but just to have that sense of community. Haven't had much luck yet. I do like my grandma's
Mm,
church, but she is like an hour away,
way far
so
away.
it's just kind of not convenient, especially when it hits winter time. I feel like so.
Mm. Well, I don't think that you don't practice your spirituality because I see you do acts of self love and I see you do manifestations, you know. I think that sometimes you're down. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I guess if you consider that, I guess I just
But do you
honestly,
consider it?
yeah, I just honestly, the question caught me off guard because I really haven't put a lot of thought into it, so I'm kind of just thinking on the spot, to be honest.
Yeah. I just bring it up because I've been thinking a lot
I
about
know.
religion lately.
I seen you looking things up.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about churches? What should a church, what's your ideal church to go to?
Oof.
What does that look like? Like, walk me through everything, you know?
I think welcoming that anybody should be welcomed in church. I grew up really Christian, so if you know Jesus in the Bible, he hung out with beggars and he hung out with everybody. So I think all churches should be welcome to everybody regardless. Like if you're curious about Christianity or Catholicism, that you should be able to walk into any type of church that you want of any religion and you should be able to feel welcomed. I also don't believe in any type of mega churches. I don't. I don't believe that if you're a preacher, at least in Christianity, a preacher in Christianity, you should be a millionaire. You should be giving your money back. Now, other religions, I haven't dived much into if they have bigger churches. I don't. I don't know how that works with people being millionaires, but I do know that here in the United States, mega churches are a really big thing. And I personally do not like it. I don't. I think that you should be giving back more if you truly are in whatever religion. A lot of religions center around giving back to people, so I feel like you should be doing that. So
Mhm.
immediately a
Put out
red,
the goodness
yeah,
that you want back.
immediately it's going to be a red flag if it's some type of mega church and the preacher is a millionaire and has a BMW. Like, no, I'm not saying that you can't be set up correctly, but something about it just
Mhm.
throws me off. Mostly I'm looking for that sense of community and acceptance anywhere you go. I'm pretty like lax. Like it's not a whole lot that I really that I look for except for feeling comfortable no matter what, you know.
Mhm. I like your makeup today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Well, tell me more about what that church looks like for you. How do they practice? What are they doing? Are they singing? Are they reading?
Um,
Are
I
they,
do like
you
singing.
see me? What does everything about it look like?
I do love singing. So my black side of my family is from North Carolina, so they're down south, and um, my mom's over here weeding the garden. I don't know what she's got going on. She distracted me. Oh my god, she's talking about a
Yeah.
big spider. Oh gosh, y'all. She said it's like the
I
size of
mean,
a
y'all can't
rock.
hear it, but she's like, look at this size of this fucking spider.
Bro, I do like singing, but I was saying my black side of my family, the church, like down south, a lot of church. I think they might have been Southern
Mhm.
Baptist. Southern Baptist, they do a lot of singing. I love that
Mhm.
singing and dancing like a choir. I love that music. Um and
Yeah, it is.
yeah, that's about it. I grew up really Pentecostal, so there was like a lot of Holy Spirit, people talking in tongues. I'm kind of used to stuff that's maybe some people would consider unorthodox. Again, I was raised very Christian, so I don't really know much about Catholicism, like Hindu, Muslims. I don't know much about any other religions, and I've never been to another church that wasn't Christian. So I'm not exactly sure. There could be churches out there and different things that I really connect with, but I wouldn't know because I've just never experienced it. But the singing part to me, I love singing and the dancing. That's the important part.
Mhm.
I think of things that I've enjoyed from when I was a child, even till now. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't experienced a lot of other different religions for me to really compare anything to. I have a pretty narrow and very small experience.
Mhm. Well, would you go on? I do not know what is around Cedar Rapids for like around Cedar Rapids. I don't know much about what is available, but what are the extremes? What are some churches and some things that you would consider at least experiencing, and what are some things that you would not ever put yourself through them?
I think I'd be open to pretty much any and all different churches. The only problem is I'd be to open to churches and religions, learning more about it because you're learning about it, and I'm a curious person. So the only thing is just how accepted would I be? In some other cultures, as a woman, you have to be covered up, more. That wouldn't be a problem for me. But also, it's just some religions and some churches are not very accepting of outsiders. I feel
Mm.
like I feel like you know what I mean. Like I don't know how it works to be Catholic, but I don't think you can just waltz in and be like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm here." Maybe you can, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you
You
know,
gone. It just
you can maybe you can, but it's
yeah, but
uncomfortable, and I
yeah.
don't feel like it's the churches I went to in Muscatine, Pastor Sharon Phillips, amazing woman. She helps homeless people. She helps unfortunate. Anybody that walks in that door, you're gonna feel welcome. Like I've went and had experiences with very welcoming preachers and churches. Same church with Pastor Jeremy, with my grandma's church in Columbus Junction. They're very welcome and open. Anybody's open. You're gonna get open arms and you're gonna get love from everybody. So
Mm.
that's the kind of experiences that I've had. I have went to other churches where I felt uncomfortable as an outsider. So for me,
Mm.
exploring other religions, I feel like I would feel uncomfortable. Maybe not other people were making me feel uncomfortable, but I would be uncomfortable depending on the atmosphere
Not
and
knowing the routine.
yeah, the routine and just like I don't know, like just how accepting.
Mhm. Yeah, because I would say like I have grown up Catholic. I was baptized Catholic, and I went to Catholic church in Panama. Eh, but I will say that even within Catholic churches, when you go from one to another, different churches even have different routines, and
Yeah.
people be judgy if you don't know their routine.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, there is.
So
There
I
is
can,
some churches like that
so I can definitely see that from.
where it's very check the box, like they do the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm,
And I've been to churches where it's more like you follow the flow. Just
mm-hmm,
a flow, like whatever the day leads to. So
yeah,
yeah, it is very yeah different. And I mean, we live in Iowa and we live in Cedar Rapids, which is the second biggest place in Iowa. So we have some more diversity when it comes to churches and
yeah,
different places. But still, you're not going to find everything. Like if you wanted to practice
definite.
Hinduism,
Good luck.
good luck. Or
Yeah.
just, I mean, there's just not that much.
No,
There
but
really
it's
isn't.
probably about just finding the people
Yeah,
and
it's more
where they
about
are
finding the
at.
people. And even then, we live in Iowa, so
Yeah.
we're not exactly, Iowa's like, I don't know, 80-90% white population.
Plus.
So probably something higher, something crazy. So you're just not going to find a lot of that diversity.
Mhm.
So it's kind of harder to find those niche communities of like of people of specific culture. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're out there, but I mean,
You can
your
find.
your odds of running into a group of practicing like Muslims or Hindus or like anything like Asian like over there, good luck. Like just
Or
good
anything
luck.
else, say African,
Even African, yeah.
Caribbean, Rastafari.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
thinking of like the bigger Buddhism, like
yeah.
yeah, good luck. I mean,
But you can probably find all branches of Protestant.
yeah, you can. Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of what America kind of was founded that way though.
Mhm.
With, people came over on the Mayflower, that's what they were that's what they were practicing. So, I do
Yeah.
have an interest in getting into like the Amish and the Mennonites and apostolic. I grew up with some apostolic people and it's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And that's interesting. Say, would you consider yourself any one branch of Christianity, or do you align
No.
yourself with any
No.
particular set of values within the Christian community?
No, if I had to put a label on myself, and I don't like to, I would say that I'm Christian, like I believe in God, but I focus more on the relationship versus the religion part. If I had to box myself into one area, that's what you're gonna get.
Bucklad. One random dog.
That was a random dog. It kind of
Blows
scared me. I
hands
was like, what the
that.
heck?
Yeah, we almost got attacked by a pit bull. Was that a pit bull?
I don't know. That was scary. My mom's over here just having a heyday yanking out these weeds, guys. She's feeling motivated.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely get that because I was practicing Catholic with like my family, you understand?
Yeah.
But then,
Does your mom still practice Catholicism?
I have no idea.
Should ask her. What about your
My
adopted
my
mom?
mom, my adoptive mom, she does. I don't see her go to church every Sunday, but she
A
has
lot
a
of
Bible.
Hispanic people, not even being racist, practice they're Catholic.
Yeah.
Most Hispanic people I know
Oh
are
yeah, that's what
Catholic.
Spain brought over to the entirety of the
Yeah,
continent.
at least most
Yeah.
people that I've run into that like Hispanic people I
Romanization.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, I'm not trying to make a generalization here or be stereotypical. Just a lot of
Yeah.
people that I've run into in my life have been that are Hispanic or Catholic.
Or have some sort of history with
Have a
Catholicism.
background with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Because
common.
I am not Catholic anymore. I'm a Catholic again, but I was baptized, and I with my family we used to
Yeah.
go
So what
church
do you
every Sunday.
practice?
Well, now I don't really practice much, but I have grown up and I align myself a lot more with Rastafarian values, which is something that I
That's a
am.
whole other episode, you guys.
Yeah, which is something that I am, I explore, and it's a far different branch of spirituality and practicing self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like for anybody, religion, spirituality, it's a journey throughout your life. And whatever you decide to believe in is, I'm not judgmental. That is for you to believe in. I'm never one to push my own beliefs on anybody else. And I'm always going to stay curious about different things because it's interesting. Because depending on where you grew up at and where you live, strongly influences your culture, influences what you believe in.
Race and ethnicity.
Yeah. If I grew up anywhere else in the world, I can't say that would I still be Christian? Would I still believe in God? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that for sure because of where you live at and what's practiced there. And, certain places people are still persecuted for what they believe in. We still have that going on. So, I mean, what is that? The whole Palestine Israel thing, that's been going on for
cleansing.
My mom will say it, don't get in these age old wars, but this has been going on for thousands of years between those people. And a lot of that's centered, I do think, around religion, which has been going on. Yeah. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was just a little impromptu bonus content little episode. But yeah, I'd like to have more conversations, and I definitely like to know more about the Rastafarian um, beliefs and stuff. My boyfriend's told me a little bit about it, but I don't know a whole lot. But I will go ahead and catch y'all on another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ashley Unfiltered.